on YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Bad Movie Review. I, of course, am Tastiest Raptor, and today we will be reviewing Kevin Smith's newest film, Yoga Hosers. Now, I honestly want this film to be good because I like Kevin Smith's work. The reviews, not good whatsoever. But we shall see. I'm going into it with an open mind. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Yoga Hosers. So we start with the two main girls, Colleen and Colleen, jamming out in the back of the store they work in. The store that carries the largest variety of maple syrups, obviously in Canada. And after a couple minutes in, you'll definitely know it's Canada because they use the word a boot about 10 times. Then we see Harley Morenstein from Epic Mealtime. He leaves the store, and as he's walking, a small creature, shall we say, runs up his butt. And he dies. Yes, literally runs up his butt. So the girls want to go to a senior party, and after discussing it with the mom, with several period blood jokes thrown in, some of which are funny, some just disgusting, she says it's okay, but on one condition, that she takes her date knife in case things get out of control. So then we're treated to a nice little cameo from Justin Long as the yoga instructor. Then we have another musical number. Too many musical numbers. I didn't realize this was a musical. It's the next day. The girls are in school electing not to participate in the school phys ed yoga because they do their own yoga and wouldn't want to ruin that. So the teacher, of course, gets pissed, and what does she do? She takes their phones, because if anybody knows what a young lady needs to do, it's be on her phone constantly. And one of them passes out. Then we go to history class to learn about the Nazis that were in Winnipeg during World War II. One in particular, known as the Canadian Führer, who wanted to send all the Canadian Jews to Madagascar, or pack them into boats and send them out into the Hudson Bay and then shoot cannons at them and sink the boats. He befriends a scientist, played by Ralph Garman, who after the other man died was never seen again. The girls now go to retrieve their phones, which the batteries are dead, from the principal's office. It is there that we are introduced to Guy Lapointe from Tusk, played of course by Johnny Depp. He is investigating Mr. Epic Mealtime's disappearance, or murder, from the beginning of the film. He was a fugitive, and he was cut into 100 pieces. He wants answers. After another inspirational yoga session, the girls have to go to work, and they aren't happy because they were supposed to be going to a party, a senior party. So the girls offer to have the party at the store. Then we learn that the guys who like the girls were actually planning on killing them. That's sure a plot twist. Didn't see that coming. So the guys show up, and one explains that he is part of a Canadian Satanist group, and he wants her soul. But in order to get it out of her, he's going to have to cut her open. So what does she do? She, of course, pulls out her date knife that her mom gave her earlier, and puts it where? To his balls. Something then attacks the boy from behind, entering his ass, and it comes out of his mouth. It's a little Nazi bratwurst man. So the girls end up catching one, and fittingly, put him in the microwave. He explodes, but there's a lot more than one. The girls call the cops for help, and this must be a Marvel movie because the dispatcher is none other than Mr. Stan Lee. The girls start killing the brats with everything they can get their hands on in the store. They then run outside into the cops, and are booked for the murder of the two boys. We have a cameo from Jason Mewes, as Guy visits the girls in jail. The girls explain that they didn't kill them, that it was the Bratzis, foot-tall Nazis made of bratwurst with concentrated sauerkraut as blood. Guy believes them as he's done a little investigating on his own and actually found a piece of one. So he gets them out of jail, breaks them out that is, on the condition that they show him a secret passageway located in the store. Guy explained the land was purchased and owned by the Nazi scientist in the 1930s, where the store sits today. The girls and Guy are attacked and taken to a secret underground domicile where the Nazi scientist is still alive and well. The scientist explains his life's work, and he does it in the voices of Al Pacino, Sylvester Stallone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, because the girls feel threatened by his Nazi voice. The girls, of course, don't know any of these people because they're so young, so he says he can do it in the voice of Batman. The girls know Batman. Unfortunately, he does it in Adam West's Batman, which was way before the girls' time. So he created a giant goalie monster made from the skin of victims that is hollow. He fills it with his Bratzies and says he's sending it across Canada to kill every art critic, as he used to be an artist and was tortured by the critics. Just a small observation, I'm pretty sure every time they show Guy, he has moles in different places on his face and occasionally a new one. Let me know if you saw the same thing when you watch it. The girls start fighting the monster with their yoga skills in a nice homage to classic Batman. Pow! Slam! Zoing! And of course they win. The film ends with the girls singing the Canadian anthem. So I can understand why critics hated this movie. No critic is going to like a movie about Nazis made from bratwurst. I get that. But this was a fun movie that Kevin and Johnny wanted to make for their daughters. Lily Rose Depp and Harley Quinn Smith play Colleen and Colleen. I'm sure everyone had a great time making it, and that's all that really matters. So I would recommend someone to watch this film if they're looking for something fun. That's all. So the pros of this movie, it's definitely something you've never seen before, which in today's age is nearly impossible to do. There were some great lines from Guy. Justin Long's hilarious as the yoga instructor. Several other cameos which are all cool. And of course, both the daughters are extremely hot. Cons. It's definitely cheesy at times. Can't get past that with the subject matter, shall we say. And there's a little too much music. About 3 or 4 different musical scenes, which is about 2 or 3 more than it needed, in my opinion. Well, that's all from me, folks. Until next time, this is Tastiest Rapper saying, don't watch the bad movies. That's my job. Peace. Bitch, I wanna party like